then you could be business dog.
I know, that's why it's so impressive.
Damn.
Two-time world champion. He's got some extra percents. So, Afreeca Freecs versus Samsung, game number 2 into picks and bans. And it looks like the Graves ban, not surprisingly, will be the first from the Afreeca side.
I don't know. You can still have Kindred and Italy here, so unless they're just going to mass ban junglers, I don't really think you can slow down Ambition.
I think they're going to mass ban junglers.
Okay, they're going to first pick Italy, apparently.
See, I want to see, I want to see the Nidalee ban. Now, Lee Sin will be the first pick. Well, maybe Elise.
Or Gragas.
Yeah, or Gragas, that's true. We begun the jungle wars, jungle ban wars. All right, what's it going to be? Keep banning junglers, come on.
Ban Gragas, do it.
Let's bring it down. Oh, Azir, all right. I thought we were going to get down to like Jarvan territory here. I'm sad.
Well, the Cassiopeia is still available for Samsung on the red side now.
True. Corki. Okay, so they're like, all right, you want to pick that jungler first? Go ahead. Blue is still available, though, as is Poppy, Lissandra. A lot of good power picks.
Samsung did ban the Poppy and the Zed last game. They've switched up for Nidalee and Corki. I assume Samsung will be saving that mid lane pick for last now with the Zed still available.
Yeah, you're just not going to be as afraid of the Zed coming out blind on blue side. You're going to be prepared if it is.
They're chatting with his teammates. He looks tired, rubbing his eyes.
He's only played one game. He can't be tired yet. Come on, Lyra.
Timer is ticking down.
Yeah, it's taking him a long time. I think this ban phase went a little bit different than Afreeca was expecting. They will go with the Poppy first pick. Certainly a strong pick, but now Ambition has his choice. He can go with Elise, he can go with Gragas. They could even go with both, but there's really no need to, I suppose.
Assuming Cuvée can play top Gragas.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Ambition definitely wants something he can go a little bit harder with in the early game, and that would make sense for the Elise.
It would. And Alistar for Wraith would be okay. Yep, they're going to lock that in. Okay, Alistar and Elise. I mean, we're in Korea.
The land of the teleport jungle Yi.
Teleports my E in the jungle all day, every day. All tiers. He's permaban. He's permaban. If he's not banned, he's perma-picked.
It is super annoying. Thanks, Cowsep.
Oh. So what's it going to be? What about Echo? Echo or Gragas?
No Echo, please.
What about Brand? What about Urgot? Urgot actually got some really crazy buffs in 6.5. I want to see Urgot get
I really
played.
want to see Urgot get played too.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. But
The fear after his ult completes, I want to see that. Gragas and Lulu, though, the pickups.
standard to standard could be for the Afreeca Freecs.
Oh, yeah.
I assume we will see some sort of Lucian again. I doubt they will go with another Juggernaut composition.
You're probably right. Oh, so Gangplank and Lucian. That gives them some flexibility as far as where that Gangplank ends up. Probably going to be in the top lane, but...
Yeah, Cuvée is typically the GP player
That's
on
right.
Samsung. Although Crown has played it once this season, Cuvée has played it twice, so...
You've got the flexibility.
Very small sample size, yes. You do have the flexibility.
Okay, Sivir may be the pick here. So can Core JJ play Vayne? Nope, he can't, because they'd have to put the Lucian in the mid lane, and although that's something that Samsung was known for a long time ago, it's not quite as good now.
Yeah, this would be a very SK Telecom style of composition from last year, where they would run Lulu Sivir as a pick comp, which would make more sense with the Thresh pickup. Not only is Snowflower a good Thresh player, but you need a pick champion, and you use the Sivir ult to create picks and to collapse very quickly and get a kill before your enemies can respond.
Right. Arguably, it's his best champion. Oh, please. Ah, why do they do this to me? No, I shouldn't even...
They're laughing so hard.
I shouldn't even believe it's a possibility. Blitzcrank is so bad right now.
You can see Afreeca having a good time at the booth still. Quite the giggle.
Breaking my heart.
Now, last but not least, where is this GP going? How are they going to deal with the mid lane? Lulu? Yes, do it. The Cassiopeia will return.
Yeah, I mean, Crown is pretty awesome on that Cassiopeia. He got the ban in game number 1.
He beat SKT with it.
He did beat SKT with it, that's right.
Or Rocks Tigers, rather, with it.
He probably beat SKT with it at some point. Beat Rocks Tigers with it a little bit more recently, though.
He's played it 3 times this season. He started out at the very beginning of the year with a couple of Cassiopeia games, and we just didn't see it for a really long time until he debuted it once again against the Rocks Tigers, and it was extremely effective. All right.
Locked in.
I really like watching Crown's Cassiopeia. It's a fun pocket pick that Samsung has. They're going to have some ridiculous scaling in this game. Holy cow. Gangplank and Cassiopeia in the late game are going to be absolute monsters. They have some kill pressure on those lanes too with the Elise and the crowd control.
Oh, Lucian is going to be no slouch in the late game either. Just all in all, strong team composition coming out from Samsung. And Afreeca, how early do you think they need to get things done? I feel like
very early.
Yeah, I feel like they need to get things going right away. Right.
This composition is going to peak at around 20 to 25 minutes, and after that, they're going to be down to a single damage threat against the massive AoE damage that Samsung is capable of putting out.
So just like the band Hansen, Afreeca Freecs looking to peak in their early 20s. It's all downhill from there, so they better make it count. If you're out there, Hansen, I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
Was a very good song. You're right, I'm wrong.
And Bop was not a very good song.
That was a very popular song.
Well, those things oftentimes don't go together, Noah.
Well, I don't know. Macarena, Mambo number 5, the Thong song. I mean, you're absolutely right is what I'm saying.
The 90s were a dark time for music.
Well, if you listen to Top 40's radio, yeah, but
terrible.
If you didn't listen to Top 40's radio, there was a lot of good music in the 90s. Yeah. Well, Afreeca really wanting that win. They can play spoiler, but Samsung with a good chance to make it a 2-0. Let's get in the game and see if they can pull it off. The Samsung fans out in force. Actually, the Afreeca fans not doing too bad either as we move on to Summoner's Rift for our second game in our second best of 3 of the evening, our second to last day of champions this week.
Just finding all the number 2s you can.
I am. It's working.
I think you'd be great as a children's television show host, Noah.
You think so?
Yeah, you'd be awesome.
I could do it. Yeah. Why not? I don't know what I call it, though. Awesome Town. That's right. Only, you know, like, I mean, kids shows have a lot of, like, houses made of candy and stuff like that. Awesome Town would have houses that transformed into giant robots.
See? It's a great concept already.
It is.
Kids would love that.
It is. Well, if this whole esports thing doesn't work out, at least I've got a fallback career, right? There you go.
You got a pitch all lined up and ready.
That's right.
Awesome Town, the show.
Mr. Doe's neighborhood. That's right. It's like you see the little, like, tiny stop-motion neighborhood at the start, like that Mr. Rogers had, and like one of the buildings gets up and like walks away and shoots rockets and stuff. Sweet. Yeah.
Way better.
Let's make it happen. That's right.
Just jazzing up the children's show production cycle.
Yep. It's 2016, man. The age of giant robots.
I always knew this day would come.
Yeah? When I give up League and become a children's television show host?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, gotta follow your passion, right?
Is that your passion?
Well, you know, whenever you cast a new game, people question your passion. Like, I don't know. I feel like his passion for X game is starting to go down a little bit. Did they question my passion? Wow, Crown already doing the damage to Mickey. Woo. I thought things were all quiet, but no. That wasn't a very neighborly thing of Crown to do.
Already getting into the role.
I like you just the way you are, Mickey. Don't worry.
the man who likes to see as much blood in a game as possible.
Yeah, I
Like,
suppose
children,
that might
fight!
might cause a problem. Oh, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, things are looking bad. You have Flash. You might be able to make it out. Flash over the wall, and yeah, they're going to be happy with just a summoner.
Successful roam, though.
Yep.
Crown landed the poison, so he would have had the reset on the Twin Fangs, necessitating the use of Flash. I'm a little puzzled as to why Crown has Cleanse.
It is
Thresh hooks?
He is Thresh Hook. That's. Oh, can you cleanse out of Whimsy? I guess you can cleanse out of Whimsy.
Yeah, that's true. But a little bit odd that he would take that in this matchup. But he, of course, is going to be playing on the front line, and the ability to get rid of some of that CC and continue to output damage is quite important.
Yeah.
Particularly because they don't actually have much of a front line this game. They have a support where Alistair is very reliant on his ultimate to actually try and make some of the plays. And then, of course, Ambition, depending on how he builds, may not be tanky, although I will be surprised if he doesn't build Runic Echoes into tank this game.
We were showing up in the mid lane, just helping Mickey put on a little bit more pressure. And wow, that was a great hook on the Rift Sculler. He did not stand a chance. That Rift Sculler, he had started this game with Cleanse. Ambition comes in, he's like, nope, my Rift Sculler. Thanks for doing all the work for me, Snowflower and Songyun.
Swag steal right there.
Slambition shows up, my Rift Sculler. Didn't even need to use the smite.
Didn't have the smite available, actually, but they didn't
Yeah.
know that.
That's right. Well, Kuve could be in a little bit of trouble, has to burn that flash. So another summoner used to get out of a gank in the game.
There's not much that can be done about Crown quite this early. He's going to recall and buy his tier, keep on stacking up. Mickey just not able to really have any kind of pressure. Already had to use his TP after almost dying off of that first little exchange there with Crown. Easy tier stacking coming through. Mickey's build delayed by the second Doran's ring.
Yep. And Kuve can just play this safe. I mean, we know this Gangplank is going to be a monster in the late game, so early game, don't push your luck. Just sit back, farm, and
the Poppy Gangplank matchup is also really good for GP because he can trade much more effectively with his passive, with his melee attacks, and that's why we see this lead developing here.
Right.
We've seen this Poppy GP matchup time and time again, and it does allow Gangplank to smoothly ramp up into the late game.
Snowflower roaming a bit, wants to get that gank in on the Crown, but Crown has that cleanse. And the hook connects, immediately cleansed. Gets
I
out
don't know
of
if that was worth the trade for a tiny amount of damage there onto Snowflower. Sort of a style cleanse, I think. Could have made more of an effort to dodge that.
Style cleanse.
It does sound like some sort of juice fashion diet.
I know, right? Doesn't it? Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start, Doa.
His scaly snake skin will be looking radiant after the style cleanse.
That's my new product.
That's your esports fallback.
Monte Cristo style cleanse.
Style cleanse. I could see it. We could sell that on my show. You could be during the commercial break.
No, we're not selling like fasting and cleanses to children.
Yeah, well, my point is that parents are going to be watching this with their kids.
No, Noah, I don't think that's appropriate.
Maybe. Well, I mean, the parents should be making their kids do it. It's for the parents. You know, daytime television, right? Our plan is flawless. I don't see how this can fail. I think we should just quit right now.
All right, goodbye.
I said we.
I'm saying goodbye to the viewers, Doa.
How can I? Oh, okay, all right. All right, there we go. It's like I can't appear on TV without your style cleanse. Ambition going into the enemy jungle. He's got no support to bail him up, but he doesn't need it. Meanwhile, some dueling up in the top lane. Knock up onto Kuve. Kuve's in big trouble. He's got no flash. He's going to die.
Ult. Oh.
Hiya. And Ixu gets first blood. Ambition is like, hey, Kuve, I came up to say hi, how you... Oh. Oh, that's
There's
awkward.
just a ghost pirate corpse here. Why does the
What?
ghost pirate have a corpse? Riot, please.
That doesn't make any sense at all. If anything, Ghost GP, when he quote unquote dies, as Crown does a lot of damage to Mickey, his spirit should just be freed. His
He should
long
just
nightmare is over.
dissolve into a puddle of ectoplasm.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Whoa, flash ult into Snowflower. Welcome to the ward bait. And that Thresh is not going to make it out. GP ult dropped. Revenge of the dead ghost. Wild Growth. Snowflower, come on, die already, man. I've been setting this up. Oh,
No mana, Crown.
on.
They could have secured that kill, actually, Wraith and Crown, but they tried really hard to give it to Crown.
Yeah. It's just worth it to just give it to the
greed.
support. Just give it to the support.
Now the fight over blue buff. Lyra quite low. Ambition, though, by himself. Ixu
Okay, repels over the wall, flashes away.
didn't even get the blue buff.
Nope, he didn't. All right, Samsung's doing some kind of silly stuff in this game.
It doesn't matter as long as they keep with these CS leads and they can go into the late game. Notice that they still are even in gold. Crown is up 20 CS. Kube doing just fine on that GP. Afreeca have to do more. They have to start snowballing off of Dragon or something like that. They have to start stacking those Dragons like now.
Well, good luck. Hot recall action.
The total recall.
That's right. No, it was only one of them. Crown's got a really nice CS lead in mid. Kube's doing fine in top, so it's like you're saying. They don't really need to do a whole lot.
Nope, they can keep
Right
dying
now.
too. Doesn't matter as long as they get that CS.
GP's already dead, man.
Apparently not. He leaves a Ghost Pirate corpse. You know what that means, Toa?
What?
That it's.
Calling.
I figured it out. You ready?
Okay.
It's actually like Scooby-Doo, where the ghost is just a guy dressed up like a ghost.
You're right. If they take off his mask, it's just regular Gangplank underneath. You were never dead after all. Riot disabled you for no reason.
The clue was there with his corpse.
It's true. They should have known when they knocked him out. Just like a Scooby-Doo villain. He wasn't really a ghost. Scooby-Doo in the case of the haunted top lane.
We figured it out faster than the Scooby-Doo crew could, though.
We did. We didn't even need that dog and those kids.
Or that van.
Like, I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you brilliant casters. Like, I know Gangplank. It's okay. You'll still do a lot of damage late game.
You're still probably going to be a winner, Gangplank.
That's right. You'll come out the winner in this game. Don't worry. Even if you can't complete your crazy scheme.
I think his crazy scheme is just to win this game.
His dastardly scheme.
So I think he might actually complete that in spite of being exposed.
It's possible. He's not worried about being exposed. So much for the children's show.
Wait, why did it die?
Wait, why did what die?
The children's show idea.
Well, if Gangplank is being exposed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be.
I mean, I don't know what kind of children's show you're into, but
I guess.
well, yeah, Pee-wee's Playhouse territory there, I guess. Wow, Ixu right back onto Ambition. GPL dropped immediately, but the Spider is going to get smashed. Or not. Nobody's... Okay, there we go. Explosive Cask. Ambition goes back in for the execute. Ixu, can he give the kill to Kuve? No.
Oh, Kuve didn't flash for that. I think maybe
Flash parlay? No.
Nope, doesn't care about Ambition stats. Still has a gold lead. It's like, back to farming.
It's all part of the scheme.
It looks like you're winning, Afreeca, but you're actually not.
That's right.
Hijinks are afoot.
Hope torture.
A little bit poor positioning there for Ambition, setting up that heroic charge rather easily. And he is not tanky yet with only that runic echo.
Playing it a little bit too ambitious there. I'm gonna try to say that without the obvious connection to the name.
Okay, good.
Did it work?
No.
Oh,
Failure.
all right.
Try again next time.
Too avant-garde with his play. Yes.
Well, that is technically the correct use of that word.
I know.
The connotation is a bit odd.
Well, we've already established that I'm great with words. I've got a way with the linguistic gymnastics.
You do. Artful linguistic acrobatics. That's what you've got.
That's right. A smith of words, I am.
And more farming.
Yep, more farming. But like we said, it's okay. It's okay for Samsung, and Afreeca's still not finding opportunities to take this dragon, which is really what they need.
Afreeca can get all the ganks they want. They still have to make plays as a team in the mid game to get enough of a gold lead to actually win.
Well, going back to Monte Cristo's 20-minute theory, they've got 7 minutes left, 6.5 technically. What do they have to do in those next 6.5 minutes?
20 to 25 minutes, I think, is where they're actually going to peak. It's not like they can't win after that, but I think it would require a lot of mistakes from Samsung, considering that if they try and run in with their Sivir against Crown, they're going to be sprinting directly towards a Petrifying Gaze and a whole lot of Gangplank barrels.
Yep. Petrifying barrels.
So scared of barrels.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of scary barrels in this game. I mean, GP puts down some barrels too. Barrels everywhere.
Gragas barrels.
Yeah.
Rye really likes barrels.
They really do. They love barrels. Why? I don't know. Well, Ixu doing a little bit of dirty farming.
Pushing the GP off, using the help of Mickey and Lyra in that top side to threaten a dive and deny some CS, but he's still a few behind. 2 kills though, powering up Ixu. Able to push aggressively now with the use of that Sunfire Cape, and Cuvée still just on a farm mission.
Yep. Everybody farming. Crown's got a really nice CS lead now, and Samsung's like, all right, you guys don't want the dragon, we'll take it.
Yeah, Cassiopeia stacks,
yep.
On the, and then the tier stacks also. Crown just happy that everything going smoothly in this mid lane. He's been able to harass the Lulu so effectively.
I don't know about Cassiopeia's snake hat though, you know?
Yeah, why does she wear a hat with more snakes on it?
Well, I mean, here's why. Because it's kind of like one of those beer hats, and so when she's drinking something, the snakes can kind of fold down and like suck it up. Just slurp up the beverage.
What beer hat works like that?
You know, where you put the beers, well, you put the beers on your hat, but it's kind of similar to that.
And you drink the beers.
Yeah, but
the beers don't
similar.
drink the beer.
Well, Cassiopeia, clearly these snakes are a part of her body. They're just alternate orifices for consuming food, sustenance.
And nothing else.
You can eat a burger with those snake heads, too. You don't need to limit yourself to liquids.
How do you even know they're still a part of her body?
I mean, they
what
move
kind
around
of interactions have you had with Cassiopeia?
I'm just theorizing here, you know. I'm right. I mean, Victor's third arm.
You speak with great authority.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's not in the lore. It's not specified. So I feel like I can just make assumptions here. That's how life works. If something isn't specified, you just make assumptions that sound right to you.
I believe that is the root of all wisdom.
Then you just defend them to a ridiculous sense.
All right, calm down there, Donald Trump.
I was going to say, and then you've got the 2016 presidential nomination on the Republican side. There you go. Yeah. That's exactly where I was going with that. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
Wasn't hard. It was a pretty clear definition.
I was setting it up.
Caster synergy.
That's right. Glad Trump doesn't cast League of Legends and be like, we're just going to build a wall in the mid lane. Big wall, nobody can go back and forth. No problem.
He plays Anivia only, I hear.
That's right. He only wants those walls.
Conveniently, they only cost mana instead of real money, so he doesn't have to even budget for it.
It's okay. The other team is going to pay for that wall. They'd love to pay for that wall. No problem. Well, so Farm Fest continues. Farming continues. That's pretty much it.
It's exactly where Samsung wants to be.
Ambition just really trying to find ways to die. I mean, he's going into the enemy jungle. He's like,
With
somebody's
no
got to make some...
pressure in the top side.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody's got to make some action happen in this game, and it's going to be Ambition.
With sweet counter jungling.
That's right. I'm going to farm until somebody kills me, and then I'm going to keep farming. There's Lyra. Better back off.
He's actually just the distraction this game.
I know, right? Kuve's like, that jungler.
Hey, look.
He actually,
he pulled it off.
Yeah, Kuve did a good job. See, Ambition just needs bailing out by whatever teammate is closest, you know? Just how it works. He's not even ahead in CS either. That's the hilarious part. He's not even ahead in CS over the other jungler, despite repeatedly invading to take their jungle camps.
He's died, so.
I know. The plan may need a bit of reformulating. But that's been the plan for a couple years now, so too late to change it.
All right, well, Afreeca really needs to do something. They have to use their Sivir wave clear and their Lulu wave clear to start pushing turrets or doing something in this game. Even with Sivir's strength in the late game, or renewed strength now that those ricochets crit, and she is definitely much more of a late game threat than she used to be. You have to actually start to get a lead because you simply cannot get in range as Sivir against a Cassiopeia gangplank combination.
I mean, what team do you not want to be against a Cassiopeia? A team that's goal is to run straight at the other team.
Yep. And now they're going to lose the turret.
Yep.
Ambition there with Wraith just zoning out.
First turret of the game at 20 minutes. And it goes in favor of Samsung. Crown under pressure, though. There is the Whimsy. Going to back off. GP ult does nicely and giving Crown the chance to move away.
They didn't finish off the turret, but they're going to get a lot of damage down. Onto the top side now that Ixu attempted to come down and make a play in the mid lane. It's been 20 minutes and nothing has happened in this game, Doa.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've talked about things. We've made things happen. I mean,
we're the real. We're going to nominate ourselves for MVP of this game.
I think so. I think that's great. When
they ask us,
when the OGNPA comes over, we're just going to say us. Monty and Doa for MVP.
We were the ones making that game entertaining.
Yep. She's going to be like, what? Monty? And I'm really like, Jinja. Monty and Doa MVP. Jinja means really in Korean, by the way.
I know.
I'm just telling the fans. I'm telling the fans. Well, Crown is continuing to get a CS lead, so he's got that going for him. Dragon's up in 30.
Already has his Seraph's Embrace.
Yeah. Oh,
he's the happiest Cassiopeia alive right now.
No kidding, man. A Cassiopeia that just gets to sit there and basically farm for 20 minutes. Yeah,
and win lane super hard too.
It's pretty good. Is this the grand plan to retake the CS record from NA? Just going to do this for another
Cassiopeia.
40 minutes.
I was really sad that Coco couldn't immediately take a CS record yesterday.
Yeah.
If I have to watch a 70-minute game, I want to see Coco get the record back, damn it.
That's true. You had your chance. That was a long series, man.
I am really pretty sure it's the longest best of 3 I've ever cast.
Might be. You're so lucky.
I was really fortunate.
I had to just sit and watch while you did all the work. Really made me jealous.
I know, you were super jealous. You messaged me afterwards. He texted me, like,
I know.
Damn you, Monty. Why did you get that game? Nice job by Ixu, though, taking down the turret.
Yeah, he's going to get one for his team. Get the first turret of the game.
Ever since he got that Sunfire Cape and the Iceborne, he's been doing a great job of just continuously pushing that minion wave, finding opportunities to roam, even if they haven't been the most successful.
I got his CS lead, too, over Kube. But Core JJ should be able to finish off this turret soon-ish.
He's got to be really worried where everybody is on the map right now. He can't see anything. He knows there's 2 TPs up. He has to be careful.
They don't have a lot of deep wards in the enemy jungle, so Samsung does need to be careful. Culling used.
Just barely not enough. And not going to have culling now to contest this dragon.
All right, they catch Lyra. That could be big. The engage comes in without the Gragas. They might be able to do it. Explosive cast used. Teleport coming in for both teams. Ixu right on the Core JJ immediately. Kube with the follow-up. Core JJ just trying to get out of this, but that Poppy is unstoppable, and Afreeca finds the fight. A double kill for Poppy already, and they may get the full ace here. Crown on the run. I don't think he can get out of this one. Turns around for the ultimate. Ixu still alive for the moment. A kill for Crown, but that will be an ace for the Afreeca Freecs, and just like that,
they were
find the team
so
fight.
much faster on that, turning it around.
Wow.
Samsung thought they had the drop, but they didn't respect the double TPs from the Afreeca Freecs. They got there a lot faster. Crown was delayed, and frankly, just great synergy between Ixu and Mickey, because Ixu came in, he stunned the Lucian, Core JJ immediately, forced the flash, immediately ulted him, and then he got in the middle of 3 members of Samsung, and that's when the Wild Growth came through for a 3-man knockup, and that's really what sealed that fight. Well played by the Freaks.
Let's watch it again.
Yeah, and they think they have Lyra right here. Lyra's going to drop the cask on himself, but they just can't kill anybody due to the amount of crowd control, and it really was Ixu here. Great play, sticking on top of Core, huge knockup combination, and all the CC has netted a couple kills before this game, or before Crown even really starts to get to this team fight. Remember that Ixu's Poppy was banned in game number 1. It's been his best champion this season, and
Well, here's why.
here's why indeed. So
4-1-3 now on that.
early
Poppy.
Baron, and that's what the Afreeca Freecs need. They fought in a power spike. Samsung could have just left that alone and kept farming. There is no reason for them to fight at the present time when they are so powerful in the late game.
I mean, they thought they had a pick onto Lyra, but just got turned right around, and it seems like Kuve's teleport was just a little bit late, too.
Yeah, it wasn't good, and they just weren't at the proper place in this game yet to actually make that kind of aggressive play. And now with a 5,000 gold lead and a lot of Baron time still left to play with, Samsung has to hold on and hope that they can just weather the storm for the time being, just keep going back to their lanes and clearing.
I mean, Samsung's strength in the late game is still the same, right?
Yep.
I mean, they've still got that
They can
issue.
still come back from this.
Right, I mean, and Afreeca still has the issue too, where if they're the ones initiating the fight, it's going to be very difficult not to just get ulted by Crown and blown up. So Samsung's
If Crown
still
is
in
there.
this one. Yeah, if Crown is there. Samsung's still in this one, despite the pretty big gold deficit. And we'll see how much Afreeca can get. Wow, Ambition gets jumped on. He was on his own in the jungle, and Afreeca catches him right away. Whoops.
I don't know what he expected with
Right.
that minion wave pushing up all the way to the tier 2.
I don't know either.
Afreeca definitely going to come and meet that wave with the Baron buff, considering that was the best wave for them to go in on. Still a lot of damage. Try and knock out, take this inhibitor right away.
Oh, goodbye. Knocked away, and that's going to be an inhibitor turret taken by Afreeca Freecs, and they're just going to keep bulldozing their way right into the base. And in a 4v5, Samsung can't fight this right now.
Huge play, get the inhibitor, and now that's an 8,000 gold lead all of a sudden for the Afreeca Freecs.
Things are
Ace of
very
the Baron
different.
into a whole host of turrets and an inhibitor.
And Mickey just picking up the death cap after that Baron take, that successful fight, so that Lulu's doing a decent amount of damage.
What a big misplay from Samsung.
Yeah.
All they had to do in this game was keep doing what they were doing, waiting. Okay, Ambition, whatever you say.
See, when you send the spider into the bush to check it, you don't walk in right after the spider. That kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
I think you're right, Doa.
Yep.
I think you may be onto something there.
Pro tip. Let the spider check the bush. You won't die.
Fair enough. So Samsung needs to turtle for a long, long time.
Either this will be a fairly quick Afreeca win, or it will be a fairly slow Samsung win.
I suppose the silver lining here for Samsung is that they will have a lot of farm pouring into that top lane with the super minions there.
It's true.
And then if they could just turtle up and keep the remainder of their turrets alive, it's not like Afreeca is going to be able to close this game super quickly. They don't have a lot of dragons at the time being. They also are going to have another 4 or 5 minutes before the Baron comes back up. 4 minutes. So there's a lot to work with. Some time that Samsung has been given.
Now Crown doing a lot of damage to Ixu. Even burns the ultimate for the slow. Doesn't dodge the Poppy ult though.
Didn't want to commit a flash to that. Oh, he didn't have flash.
Yeah.
But probably should not have in any case. You got the damage down. You're forcing the Poppy back. Mickey now here trying to make another attempt.
I feel like Crown wishes he had his ult right now.
No, it's fine.
Think so?
Yeah. They're not going to get turret damage down. Crown's zone control against a Lulu Poppy is
Getting a bit low.
not going to be too scary. Well, just swap him out with GP. Doesn't matter. Still has wave clear.
Oh, they're nearly cocooned. Takes a lot of web to wrap up Gragas. So those cocoons are costly. Hook onto Wraith. Flame misses though. They're going to take the turret anyway, and now the Sivir ult used. Afreeca just trying to scare Samsung away.
Another turret pushing that gold lead another 1,000 forward to 9. Afreeca doing a very good job of methodically closing this game, finding those points of weakness, getting enough damage down.
Well, it's like we said too after game 1 before the break, that Afreeca's the kind of team that they can just come back the next game and just look really good.
It is rare that they can actually close a game efficiently though, so that's why I'm a bit surprised by this.
Well, it's still got a ways to go, but so far so good. Samsung holding on to their last tier 2 for the moment, but with the inhibitor down in top lane, it's a little bit scary. But speaking of scary, Kube is starting to get a little bit frightening on that gangplank too.
Yeah, he's in a good place, and so obviously is this Cassiopeia, especially once that death cap comes through. That'll be a major power spike for Crown.
Yep.
Crown.
All right, they're going in onto Wraith. Ambition coming from the side. He tried to anyway. Wraith pops that ultimate right away. Snowflower gets the grab, pulls him into the box. The flash from Alistar takes him out of there. Meanwhile, Ixu just impossible to deal with on the side of the fight.
I'm not sure why Crown had to use his flash and his ultimate at the very start of that fight. We didn't actually catch how he used those abilities. But that means they're not going to be available on this next push coming in from the Freaks, and they've got enough HP to shove them right off this turret.
Probably. Ixu is the MVP of this one right now. Really doing work on that Poppy. And there goes the last tier 2 turret. Now what do you do? Now you're pushed all the way back to your base. You've already lost an inhibitor. You might not get to that late game.
It's just amazing to me that Samsung made the decision that they did to commit to that fight.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no reason to do that against Afreeca's composition with your composition.
Well, there's a
Play
reason.
it cool. You're like, wow, we're winning these lanes. Great.
There's a reason they're in 6th place. This is one of those reasons.
They beat the Rocks Tigers, Noah.
I don't get it.
And they looked really good in the last game. Struggling this time around.
Yep. Now with a 10,000 gold lead, Afreeca should have a pretty hard time losing this one. Although, I mean, to be fair, Samsung does have one of those team compositions that can just win a late game team fight and then just bulldoze the map. Yeah.
The burst is crazy.
Yeah, they could still win. It's unlikely, but they still have the ability to do this one. Bug Splat!
Oh, yeah.
Send that air report.
Let
them know.
Let Microsoft know.
Well, Samsung wasn't playing their team composition correctly, and then the game decided to give up on life. That's what happened.
It's okay, guys. Just an observer bug. You can see Ixu right there.
Yep, still in the game. We'll just get back in there, too. Been a lot of bug splats this year, hasn't it? It's an infestation.
It is. Absolute infestation. Even at IEM, they're everywhere,
Yeah,
Noah.
that's right. It's a worldwide.
it's another bug splat.
Oh, we're double bug splatting. Trying to get
Double
back in there
splat.
again. Yeah. It's getting
What
messy.
does it mean?
Double splat all the way. It's so beautiful.
It's not beautiful.
See if we can go for the triple splat. Well, if you can read lips and speak Korean, you might be able to get an idea of what's going on in this game. I like our ref peering through the back of the chair there. Soon. It's kind of creepy.
He's totally photobombing right now.
I know. Oh, we're back. Okay. Back in the game. Big team fight happening. We're watching from Gangsplank's perspective, and he's obviously dead. Looks like a win so far for Samsung. A bunch of kills coming in. Crown doing
double
work.
kill for Crown.
Yeah, let's figure out what happened there. So kills on both sides. It looks like
They denied the Baron.
it's actually Afreeca winning that team fight. Baron was denied for the moment, yeah.
But can the Afreeca Freecs just win right here? It's only Core JJ left. The inhibitor has respawned, and there are long timers. Gotta buy about 30 seconds if they want to have a shot in this one.
They can't kill the Nexus
Ixu's
turrets.
TP is down. If Ixu's TP had been up, that would have been... Okay, so we're going to go see what happened right now. Snowflower's going to hook up Spider Leg. Whoops, Ixu gets another nice engage and a knock-up.
Ixu's been so good. Nice wild growth follow-up, too.
Yeah, that synergy between Poppy and Lulu that they've been using has been on point. Definitely a strong aspect of the win. Mickey actually gets taken down there with a nice petrifying gaze, but the squishy Cassiopeia, not much of a chance. And Ixu
Teleport
just barely leading.
coming in. Samsung trying to stop this Baron. Ixu turns right around, though, on this one. Songyun backs off to safety. Kube very low. Mickey gets the kill. This Gangplank may do damage, but he is not very tanky. Core JJ completely caught out.
Oh, Corge.
Goodbye, Corge. Yep.
Well, they tried to stop that without everybody actually being there. Crown and Ambition and, well, Wraith is still on the run.
He's on the Stampede, I guess. Crown on his own gets knocked straight up in the air by the hammer. That snake is flat. Ambition's like, I made a few mistakes this game. Not quite an MVP performance this time around, as 3 members of Samsung are down. Can Afreeca end it right here?
Yes.
Okay. So far, supportal combat. Meanwhile, the game is actually ending. There goes the second Nexus turret. Ambition doing what he can, but what he can do is not much. And there goes the Nexus, so just like that, Afreeca Freecs tying up this series 1-1. Kube back from the dead, but the Ghost can do nothing but watch. That is it. We are all tied up.
Afreeca Freecs did a great job of snowballing that game, actually. Yep. That's something that we don't see from them very frequently, but even at that early stage, once they got the ace, once they got the Baron, they methodically pushed down all the towers that Samsung had, and Samsung fighting in a power trough. That's how badly you can lose if you draft a composition like this and you decide to fight at the wrong time.
Such a bizarre loss for Samsung. They really kind of, they're the ones who lost the game, you know?
They also not only chose to fight at the wrong time, but they also team fought poorly, just straight up. Crown just wasn't there. It looked sloppy and unplanned.
And Ambition going in and dying a bunch in the enemy jungle and, you know, not even getting a CS lead for it. It was kind of the Ambition of old, showing back up again.
Ixu and Lyra working together quite well to get a lead in that top lane. And
Ixu's my MVP. Easy.
Yeah, props to him and for Mickey with the follow-up Wild Gross. Great engages.
Yep. And so we're going to go to game 3.